Guys, copy paste this paper lead infrastructure setup of I basically asked a bunch of seven, eight, nine figure entrepreneurs advice in paper lead. Well, not nine figures, but eight figures. And this is what they told me. I summarized it here. If you're new to lead gen, this is going to be a gold mine for you because I guarantee you're going to be making some of the mistakes in this video if you don't watch it. But yeah, payment processing, meta ad infrastructure, contracts, legal protection, media buying assets, and SEO comparison site for long-term asset building, teams and ops. So let's dive into it, right? You want to make sure, right, you get your payment processing set up because if you don't get money or don't have the thing to get money, then you're fucked. Stripe is not great because usually with these corporate banks, they send corporate entities for test order. They usually test with like five figures. So it's good that you use bank wire transfer in the case that they do not want to use like bank wire transfer because they typically have like accounting departments and all of that logistics, right? So for them, they prefer credit cards. You should set up a merchant account on QuickBooks, right? I want you to write that down, QuickBooks, because I made this mistake. Stripe held up some of my funds because it was a larger payment than usual, right? When I was switching from retainer to paper lead, and it was devastating, honestly. So make sure to notify also if you really want to notify them in advance. But I would always, for payments over 10,000, always go to bank transfers or a merchant account on QuickBooks, right? That's like the most goaded software for that. Have backup payment processors. Fanbase and WAP are good, but for smaller payments under 10,000 in a single order, basically. And specifically, you want to also have uh, meta business infrastructure set up because this is your whole business, right? You're going to be generating leads. Google, I don't know. YouTube, I don't know yet. It's going to come soon. When I learn it, I'm going to teach it to you guys. But with meta, like, just screenshot this. This is so important because you, like, I've had my ad account like banned multiple times. It's going to happen to you whether you're like doing everything perfect or not, right? That's why you need at least two backup business managers with backup admins. Um, and I've listed the reasons why. Just do it. Family members, uncle, like stepmom, like freaking, I don't know, I don't care, but get your backup admins in place because if your personal profile gets restricted, you don't have access to anything at all. Your business manager is completely locked out if you don't have a backup admin. You want to make sure you have two because with two, you can add more backup admins. And warm up your ad accounts, right? 5, $10 for 7 days, and then Meta recognizes that you're an actual human, right? If you jump to 100 per day immediately, they're gonna lock you out. You want to make sure your meta pixel, that's like one of the most valuable assets, right? And the reason for that is you get more and more data into your meta pixel, right? And what that essentially is, for those who don't know, it's like that thing that keeps all the data on your leads from Facebook, right? If you produced 100 leads, it got data on 100 qualified customers. If you got 1,000 leads, 10,000, a million leads, right? It's gonna have that data on your qualified customers and optimize to get more of those. So it's one of the most important levers you can pull in lead gen because it cuts your lead cost by 50%. Obviously, I don't know like how much it takes to like get it to such a degree. Depends on the industry, but usually if you spend more than six figures, right, your meta pixel is good and established and knows how to get the right type of customers. Um, yeah. So Metapixel, also make sure to back it up in your second business manager because that's important, right? You don't want to like have an asset lost that could basically add 20 to 30, even 50% more to your profit margins. So ad account restricted, I got the most in-depth video you'll ever find on the internet on what to do if your ad account gets restricted, or business manager or Facebook profile, right? It's like an SOP, and I also have like a document attached to it. I think, yeah, yeah. So contracts, legal protection. Always make sure that you like ask everybody twice, right? They're like lawyers you can also discuss with on Fiverr for cheap or Upwork. but make sure you don't fuck with these companies. Like these corporate companies have the weapon, they have the weapon to sue you, right? They have the financial asset to sue you. So make sure that you don't fuck them over. Always make sure you have enough like capital to fulfill it and some more, right? And yeah, just also get some like basically review it with ChatGPT, but also with external sources or industry experts, so you don't fuck yourself in the contract. And aside from that, I think we covered almost everything, but the media buying part, you want to always make sure that you're building your media buying information library, right? So you have like the media buying empire, you have the best hooks, best scripts of your industry, right? You know exactly what works. You have the best B-roll, specifically, right? Because with the best B-roll, you can be creating like ads and switch out different components to create new ads. Bunch of videos on this. I show exactly how I do media buying live and the full workflow. So check that out. And I have a bunch of like an SOP on Miro about this as well. Basically, I attach like all of these like gold nuggets of information in a like a Miro board, so you can check it out. It's like in every video. Oh my god, I'm getting my CTAs in for these YouTube videos. Fuck yeah. Anyways, but specifically, you want to also track your data on a daily basis. DM me for the trackers and templates. I was too lazy, so I didn't attach it yet for this video. But it's also low-key 5 a.m. I need to go to fucking sleep because I'm in Asia and I got US clients. But anyways, I have ADHD, don't mind me. Um, yeah, you want to make sure you have like the best, like not just the instinct that you build up from attaining all this knowledge library, but also like a collection of like weapon that you can use to always create more winners, right? And test more variations of ads. So this is your information gold mine. Be sure to track it. To put a, it's like it doesn't need to be fancy. Google Drive works, right? So Google Sheets also for tracking purposes, right? And you can track the return on investment, the cost per click, the link click through rate, and you can be tracking all of this data to make sure you develop like insight and intuition on what works and what does not work in your specific industry. Um, and this is something that you're not gonna hear from any other person in the industry, but this is something I would recommend, right? Comparison sites like Lending Tree and Money Supermarket, they're nine-figure businesses. Okay, they're billion-dollar companies, the biggest marketing companies in the world, and that's because they have trust from the consumer, that they're able to like capitalize on that trust and sell that trust by basically selling the lead information, customer information, name, email, phone number to lenders, or corporate businesses, right, that want that information to turn into customers. So comparison site over 10, 20 years is going to become a 7, 8 figure business easily. So you want to get that set up as fast as possible in the vertical that you're in, and pick something that's red ocean, right? What that means is that demand is never going to go away. So it's not something short term, it's not something like unreliable, right? So something I did was like gold IRA, because I know we're probably going into World War III. So therefore, like people are going to be more conservative with their investments and want to maybe switch their retirement savings into gold. And for that reason, I picked gold IRA. I'm working on it for 2 months, getting some traffic in the third month probably. So it takes a bit of time to get it nailed down. But in business, you need to be thinking long term, right? And with SEO comparison sites, they are essentially, you can get the best quality leads because they're searching organically on Google, right? It's not even through a Google ad, it's organically on Google. They're already searching and they trust you because it's not an advertisement. And if you actually have useful tools, resources, as well as blogs that give highly condensed value to your customers, they're going to trust you even more, and you can be selling this data, right? In Gold IRA, for instance, like this vertical pays you on a rev share basis. So if you get them at a client that's worth $50,000, which is the industry average, right? They're going to be giving you 5,000 or 4 to 5,000 per acquired customer, which is crazy because in SEO comparison sites in this specific industry, maybe like 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10 leads convert. So yeah, set up an SEO comparison site. I think like there's a YouTuber, affiliate YouTuber you can check out that like made an in-depth video about it because I'm not like crazy expert in it. I just know it's like it's gonna make you money over the long term, and it's not as expensive as ads, but it just takes some assets to build up. Hire somebody on Upwork, Fiverr to do the site, make it pretty, and work on SEO. Right? You shouldn't be paying somebody more than 5 to 600, like an Indian wizard, to do it. Teams and ops. You want to make sure you have standard operating procedures because those are kind of your university educational material to train your hires, right? How I do it is I just like document everything on YouTube and they can check it out to learn. But you can be making YouTube like Loom videos, and just showing it to them as well. But documenting a lot of the business endeavors that you make is gonna make your life so much easier because you're able to basically transfer that knowledge to your editors, VAs, and all of these people that you're going to be hiring in your business to make it efficient. In pay per lead, most of the things you need is maybe a good VA who like does some of the work you don't want to do, right? Tedious spreadsheet filling and stuff like that. Then you need like a killer editor or two if you're scaling very hard, to create like 10, 20, 30 ads a day, to test rapidly. And maybe like freelancers like Fiverr, UGC creators, even though like I have a bunch of ads, I show you how to do it like under $3, to get a good video going. But you need to be paying these Fiverr freelancers like $100, $200 per video, so it's a bit more expensive. But obviously the quality is also a bit higher than AI. And yeah, hope that fully this was helpful. I'm on Telegram, Instagram. I respond within a day usually. I'm quite talkative guy. And if you want one-on-one coaching, also let me know.